Watch this video to learn basic forehand shot in tennis. This video will help you understand forehands by explaining each phase in order, showing some common errors you should avoid, and demonstrating a few simple and effective drills to improve quickly. And by the end, you will master the fundamentals of the forehand shots. There are three common types of forehand grips: the Eastern grip, the semi-Western grip, and the Western grip. Depending on how much topspin you want and the trajectory you prefer, you can choose the grip that suits your style. With an Eastern grip, the racket is more perpendicular to the ball, producing less topspin. The Western grip positions the racket face at a steeper angle, allowing players to generate heavy topspin on the ball. The semi-Western grip sits between the two, giving you a great balance of pace and topspin. I personally recommend this grip for beginners. Okay, so here are the two common errors. The first common error is holding either too high or too low on the grip. Where you hold the grip affects your shot. If you choke up the racket by holding just below the throat of the racket, you will not have much power. If you hold it too low, you'll lose the control of the racket. This usually happens when your pinky or even part of your palm is off the grip. Instead, hold the bottom part of the grip. Your pinky should sit just on top of the butt of the racket, just like this. The second common error is holding your racket too tightly or too loosely. Don't hold your racket too tightly, as this reduces the maneuverability of the racket. Holding too loosely will not give you enough power to hit the ball further away. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being very loose but still secure, and 10 being the tightest, aim for around 5. This gives you a perfect balance of the strength and the flexibility. Okay, let's talk about the ideal ready position. Your ready position is the starting point of every shot. If you start poorly, then it's very likely to finish poorly as well. Hold the bottom part of the grip with your dominant hand using your semi-Western grip, while your non-dominant hand supports the throat or the grip of the racket. The key point is to keep both hands on the racket. This helps you to maintain control and ensures a smooth and consistent take-back motion. Here are two common errors: ready position with one hand on your racket. This gives no support to the racket and causes delays and uncontrolled racket take-back. The second common error is letting the racket tip point downward. This creates unnecessary movement and slows down your preparation. How you set your racket gives a huge impact on your shot. Imagine you're on a surfboard or a skateboard. That's the position you want before hitting the ball. So how do you get into this position? The racket takeback actually starts from your feet. From your ready position, point your dominant foot toe slightly outward, then step forward with the other foot. This movement opens up your hip and allows your body to rotate to the side, allowing you to get into a surfer's position. As you rotate your body, push the racket back with your non-dominant hand and pull with your dominant hand. Your non-dominant hand releases the racket and extends forward, and the palm points to the ball. Take the racket all the way back until it reaches the pocket level, and you should see the string of the racket pointing downward. Keep your head steady and focus on the incoming ball. You're now in this surfer's position. So in tennis, efficiency is the key. By rotating your body like this, you're using muscles on your legs, hips, upper body, and your arms. This allows you to minimize the energy used and maximize the power. The common error here is setting the racket back only by using your arm. This forces you to rely on your arm strength alone and loses efficiency. The forward swing and the contact determine the direction and the trajectory of your shot. Use your trunk, chest, and your arm to swing your racket forward. Your wrist should stay neutral and relaxed. Make a contact ideally at your waist height with your strings pointing toward the ball. At this stage, your chest and your trunk should be pointing straight and you're no longer in surfer's position. Now here are the common errors. The first common error is swinging with only your arm. You can still hit the ball, but relying too much on your arm will reduce its power and it tires you very quickly. The second common error is your racket face pointing up or down. Keep the strings pointing straight as you make a contact so that the ball goes straight and over the net. Do not stop your racket after contact. A proper follow through lets your arm slow down naturally. Forcing the racket to stop is bad for your shoulder. After contact, keep moving your racket until it reaches opposite shoulder. The racket head starts below the waist height and finishes over your shoulder. This low to high motion creates topspin, which is really important in tennis. Tapping the ball back is something that you should avoid. It feels like you're forcing your arm to stop, which is bad for your shoulder and the shot quality. Finishing your racket around your waist height is also something that you should avoid. This usually means your racket pathway is high to low. It's not low to high. Okay, let's put everything together. There are many things to remember, so let me simplify it with 3 memorable positions. Ready, surfing, and finishing. Do a couple of pulse shadow swings. Every time you get into the position, you stop, then you continue the motion. So here's how it looks like. Ready position, surfer's position, and your finishing position. And after a couple of these pulse shadow swings, try without stopping but very slowly. Ready position, surfer's position, and to your finishing position. Try a couple of self-fed forehands. You now understand entire forehand blueprint, but you won't master the shot unless you learn each part step by step. That's why I created a 10-episode forehand training series. So start with episode 1, the grip mistakes that destroys your forehand. Watch the whole series, and by the end, you'll be able to do a rally with a basic forehand.